And now sports with Chris Duerr from the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Sports Desk.
Qualify and advance. That was the mission today for West Central Illinois' best boys golfers, tangling with some tough wind conditions and pin placements in regional play. In Class 1A, the goal in both Hamilton and Jacksonville simply to get to Spring Lake Country Club for the sectional on Monday. We'll start you off at Duerr Run. That course always tricky, scores usually a little higher than usual in this one. Bo F. Tink right here with a beautiful par save. This on number 15. And then Bo on 16. This is the best putt I'm ever going to show you that doesn't sink. Man, he could not have read this any better. Just unlucky. Should have been a birdie. Ends up with a par right there. Fired a 77. Good for second in the field on the day. Behind the man who would do the deed all day long. That would be Nolan Murphy out of Illini West. Here you see him on the 14th hole, the par 5. Nolan locked in nicely. That was a birdie attempt. He was even par at this point, trying to get to one under. He would finish the day with a 74, 3 strokes ahead of the field as he completes the par here. But that wasn't even the biggest story for Illini West. Great for Nolan Murphy with a medalist honor. But how about Illini West as a team today? Nick Bruns doing what Nick Bruns does today. Here the approach on 14. Good for him as well, as he would save par from that distance, as well as part of a round of 79 today for Nick, as he cleans up the par after just leaving the birdie just a little bit to the right in this one. 79 was good for third individually. Then you're going to look here at 18 at Bryson Grotz, who finished 4th for Illini West with an 83. Illini West 325, good for first place. Grant Lepper and company, nice 87 from him. Give Q&D a 339. Among the individual qualifiers today, Isaac McLaughlin, who you see here from Pittsfield. Big story as well. West Hancock with a 358 to qualify as a team for regionals. Brayson Smeltzer leading the way in that one. Let's take you now to the Jacksonville Country Club. Rushville Industry, the favorites coming into this one. Owen Schoonover, who was playing number 3 today on number 1. His approach right here would give him a shot at birdie. He'd end up firing at 86 today. He would settle for that 86 and the 4th best score on his team today, although that was a really good sign of balance today. Check out your number 5 player, Hudson Brubaker, stepping up big for the Rockets right here. Again on number 1. Good work for him to get on the green that quickly. He took a birdie roll at this, made a really nice attempt, would end up saving par there. He fired an 82, a really good, pleasant surprise round for Hudson, who got his team going, and then it was the big guns in this one as well. Bennett Freetag stepping up here on hole number 2. He would fire an 80 on the day. Love the hat from this man. Great short game from him. Fired an 80 on the day, and then his brother Reed would end up firing as well as your number 1 player here on number 2, a 76 on the day, as Rushville Industry would run away with the team championship with a 324 team score. Reed a little denied, though. This birdie putt was absolutely perfect. Should have dropped for him. Good day overall for Rushville Industry, who advances on as the regional champs to Spring Lake. Meanwhile, Rout's Jacob Brown advances individually, as Rout Catholic would end up finishing 4th, 1 stroke out of the team stuff. But how about Jacob Brown with an 80 on the day to advance on? Beardstown's Cade Ross also with an 83 among the advancers. That was the good news. No team advancement today at Weematuck for Macomb and in Canton today, but the Bombers will take a trio of guys off to the 2A sectional. Jacksonville advances a team thanks to medalist Colton Barr, Brady Skilf, Tobias Royer, and Nick Parkins all moving on. Quincy High School in a loaded sectional at Collinsville finishes 6th despite a very competitive score in that one. Hunter St. Clair and Ty Novacell moving on as well. We've got volleyball tonight. Big showdown at the hangar between Macomb and Southeastern, but more importantly, or at least as importantly, it was Kelly Ladd's birthday. Good for Kelly. Her team got off to a great start for her in this one. Quinn Rexroth right off the bat serving up an ace. And then check out the dig on the back line here by Kylie Robinson, going to the floor to get this thing up and somehow keeping it alive. And that would set up Jackie Adair doing Jackie Adair type things, finding the little chink in the defensive armor right there. And that's beautiful stuff from her. Then it's Kat Lukarinen firing from her heels for this kill. Great start from Macomb. Southeastern in comeback mode, and it starts with Amanda Stevens. No real surprise there, as Miss Stevens going to elevate right here and take advantage of some gappage right there on the left side of the front line a little bit later. How about some defense from Macomb coming up strong right here. Jordan Hines with a big-time block. She's all fired up. Southeastern, though, as I mentioned, going to get back into this one. Little ace service action from Amanda Stevens right there. Macomb firing back. Madeline McClure, we're in a different number tonight. Still had Southeastern's number on the front line with the nifty kill right here. Check out this sequence. Amazing digs twice by Macomb. Southeastern's going to get the point in, but the advantage on the night goes to the Lady Bombers. They stay red hot tonight and win 25-20, 25-12. Huge win for them. Also tonight, Quincy Notre Dame goes on the road and ends up beating Western tonight. 2-0 is your final. 25-14, 25-13. Got a little softball to show you tonight. Louisiana visiting America's hometown. And Jordan Pedersen and company going to work immediately in this one. In the top of the first, it's Miss Pedersen doing the thing at the plate. She's going to drive home a run through the left side at that point, making it 1-0. Later, it's Reese Womack stepping up to the plate. And Reese Womack's going to do what she does. Nice piece of hitting for an RBI triple to make it 4-0 at that point. Hannibal, however, had a little comeback flurry of its own, at least in the bottom of the first, courtesy of Miss Harper Carr. You can't see her here, but you can see her handiwork leave the yard. First career varsity home run for Harper. Her team trailed 14-1 at that point, all for naught, unfortunately, for Hannibal, as they lose 16-5 is your final. Mark Twain, a big day as well today, getting the win over visiting Wright City, 9-4. Ella Moss with another home run in that one. Also today, Clark County weathers the storm and beats Knox County 13-11. Some other scores to pass along in soccer. Huge win for Hannibal, coming back from 1-0 down to end up with the win over Hickman. Kevin Westhoff and Maddox Tharp with the goals in that one. Canton puts up a nice fight tonight against Quincy Notre Dame, thanks to 2 goals from Cam O'Brien, but loses 8-2. At the Canton Lady Tiger Invite, Highland is your team champion, considerably so over South Shelby, Canton, and Centralia. Your champion in this one, no surprise, Morgan Christ, who wins the medalist honors, doing what she does, playing incredibly well, firing a 38 today. As you can see, the scores were pretty good and really balanced for the Highland Lady Cougars. By the way, let's talk a little football right now. The Mayor's Cup is slated for Friday in Titletown, and while a loss last week to North Callaway may have stymied some of Palmyra's really fun early season momentum, David Kirby knows that the team he's facing coming up on Friday, the other Panthers, are plenty dangerous.
Absolutely they are. They always are. I think Coach Hill's done a great job with them. They've got a tenacity about them that it's something you better take them seriously. You know, they do a good job up front. Defensively, they fly around and they pop, man. They use those shoulder pads in a right way. So we know that we're going to have to be on point, buckle the chin straps up, and buckle our shoulder pads a little tighter because, you know, you throw out the records against Palmyra. This game is a special one. It's a fun one. You know, it's going to be one of those games that you're going to have to play extremely well if you want to win it.